G'day everybody, John Seville from Acorn Wealth, and here's your executive summary for stock setups for tomorrow's trading for the 16th of April. Well, we've had another bullish day in the market as we had expected in our yesterday's summary, and so of course we're just starting to break through that trend line. Closed just on it, but certainly the intraday highs were just peeking through. Obviously the energy stocks and so forth had a great day. One of our picks from yesterday, the flag position, did extremely well. We had a pick on this on yesterday's summary from 758 up to 893. I traded this one myself, so a beautiful intraday profit up and down, and that was in and out at the perfect points. A lot of the other stocks that we looked at have performed beautifully as well. So we're hoping that this and expecting that this type of action is going to continue. So to look over to the stocks that are looking to pick up tomorrow. The first one is HQCL. Now this is one we've already been covering in the summaries, but something that may be looking ready to go. So HQCL, going to the hourly chart, we're just looking for a break here of the 213 mark. It's really kind of got to get up and over that in order to perform. And so that's one thing to look at for a quick in and out play. If it breaks 213, kind of rallying up to this kind of short-term resistance at 226. Now, if we have a look at ORMP, this is another kind of flag formation play. And ORMP is one that we've already made. We already made 50% off that earlier in this week, and it may be situating itself up for another break. So what we're looking at on ARMP is a limit order of 863. So something. Hopefully, we'll get it somewhere around 842. So looking at 842, 845, somewhere around there, ideally for that entry point. But I'll be using a limit order of 863, and I'm looking at two targets. One at 1015. Which is the extension of this pennant formation. So one at 10.16 on the conservative side, and one which is the full flag, which takes us higher. And I'm looking at a target on that at 10.89. So I'll be taking two positions, a half position in each, and looking for those two separate targets, and looking at a stop loss at 8.03, $8.03. Okay, now we've got WB, which looks like it's on the go. So nice downward consolidation. Again, another flag play. And you can see it's just started to break out, already on the run. It was one of my picks from last night, but we already had so many. So for a continuation play, I'd be looking at a break of 15.23 with a target of 16.23. And a stop at 14.66 is what I'm looking at here, to just underneath where that breakout zone occurred. So about $1 of reward for roughly about 50 cents of risk. So it's not as good as some of the other ones, but one of the ones on the list nevertheless. One which did have a lot better risk reward is RNDY, and here is the hourly chart. You can see we've had this bouncing back and forth, and so I'm looking for a pullback to where this support zone was, where that first big surge came from, because hopefully we'll get key support around there. So I'm looking for a pullback to 517, 518, somewhere around there. And then if that can run, that should rally up, hopefully break resistance, and complete the flag all the way up to 628. So that's $1. That's about $1.10 reward, and I put my stop loss just beneath this zone at 507. So we've got about $1.10 reward for about 13 cents of risk. Oh, sorry, 504 was my stop criteria. So yeah, so $1.10 of reward for 13 cents of risk. So great risk reward ratios here. Even if the trade fails, I mean, with that type of risk reward ratio, you get one right, it pays for 6 or 7 or 8 losers. So that's why I like this one. Second last on the list, HGT. HGT looks like it's on the move. And you'll see that more so in the... so there's the hourly chart. And I'll go back to the daily chart in a second. So I'm looking for an entry at 603. So a break above this resistance with a target of 655. And a stop criteria at 578. and this is the reason why. You can see if we go back, it's got this kind of nice slope down. The money flow has been going up on downward price movements. So we've got good divergence there, and a nice little pop up to this area around 655 is just underneath where this big breakdown occurred. And then why is that? Why am I looking at that candle? Well, have a look. That's where the volume occurred. Big selling volume as soon as we broke that 650. 650. The high here was 667. So I'm looking at 655 just to undercut that a little bit. And the last one is VBLT. This one's had huge rallies before. It's the vascular biotech sector. Huge rally, nice consolidation. So this is kind of a really sharp potential cup and handle formation. Volume dissipates and then suddenly picks up today. This one's got a real good opportunity. If it breaks 521, I'm looking for that to rally up to 638, where these moving averages start to come down. But this could go even higher. This could shoot right up. So if you're on the ball, you may be able to get a better performance than that. But that would still be about 20% from 521 to 638, and I'd be looking at a stop loss of 487. So again, about 40 cents of risk there. Actually, better than that. About 35 cents of risk for a $1.10 reward. So those some of the latter ones have much better risk reward ratios than a few of the earlier ones. But those are the ones I'm looking to play tomorrow. Again, of course, risk reward ratios and tight stop losses are always the key. And one comment on some of those where they've got greater stop losses. So there's a few of those which have like 6-7% stop losses. On positions like that, what I do is I reduce my position. So let's say that you normally put 10 grand in the stock or 1 grand in the stock, whatever your trading levels are. If let's say that I put 10 grand in a stock normally, and I find something that's going to have a 8% risk, I'll generally reduce my position to even a third or half, so that I'm never really wanting to risk much more than about 2% on any trade. So and most of the losses are less than that. So that's just one little thing to take into account. Always consider risk-reward ratios and risk management. And of course, you can always talk to a registered financial advisor, as Acorn is not. So this is just here for educational purposes. Otherwise, have a wonderful evening, and I hope you have a great day for happy trading tomorrow. Take care.